Aurora Shores, it has been far too long. 3 months since our last hunt here on this map, and I finally upgraded my PC's RAM. I can actually play Way the Hunter without unreal lag, and we are finally back. So we're just gonna wander past this direction for no reason whatsoever, and we're gonna head out and see what we can do about our Albino Bison, see where he's at, and try to age him up today. Wait, no. That's impossible. Are you serious? There's 2 albino bison now in this herd. I was so confused because we're spotting, must be the other one. This one here is a 1-star young, and I knew this guy was at least an adult. So literally, I don't know if we just passed an age cycle when I rested to begin this video, or if it had happened when we shot the second melanistic moose 3 months ago, our last hunt on this map. But another albino has appeared in this same herd. That's nuts. So at some point, I definitely want to try to get a screenshot of those 2 side by side. Did I just see his right side? I think has... Is that the horn? Yeah, it's got a really big horn. Like, I think it's a visual glitch, because this guy had the exact same thing when he was a 1-star young. I'm not sure if that means anything as far as like his genetic potential. Probably not the greatest though, that seemingly as a 1-year-old, he's kind of got some uneven horns. So there is a 1-star mature there. Probably we'll just go ahead and try to get that with the 700 long range, and then we can try to buzz down with the UTV later and get that screenshot. So that'll bring that guy down, and pretty cool to see 2 albinos go running off in the same herd. So provided that 1-star young is 1-year-old, which it almost has to be. The melanistic moose, the 3-star that we shot, was literally right up the creek. I can't imagine that we wouldn't have realized there were 2 albinos here. That's like 21 more age cycles until he hits his max age. We may be here on Aurora Shores quite a bit in the near future. So evidently, we've shot this before. The rib just basically stopped at 300 round cold, so taking an angle like that, not ideal. 22% though? Probably pretty good to take that out. If we're gonna be here for 20 plus age cycles, maybe we can actually manage that herd. Now you may have been able to tell when I completely lost my mind spotting that second albino bison. That was not exactly the way I planned on starting this video. What we definitely need to do is go around our map and just kind of refamiliarize ourselves with as many of our herds as possible. Where do we have potential future 5-stars? Where do we have herds that maybe need work? And all that sort of stuff. And caribou still are our main focus, as another rare spawns on our map in that albino bison, and especially a 1-year-old. I really want to get a melanistic bull caribou. We have a cow, but with 21 age cycles to go, if we keep on killing caribou, a melanistic bull has to show up eventually. And so, first caribou of the day, managed to sneak that shot just inside the right shoulder blade. He is a 30%er, so good to get that out of the herd. This spot has been decent. We've never taken a 5-star from here, but a number of 4-stars have spawned up along this creek. Now in all likelihood, we're not going to end up finding any kind of special snowshoe hare, though it would be cool because we got a 5-star red fox. That was, I think, while trying... Oh, there's a 3-star mature. Maybe we're getting somewhere. But I think while trying to just age the melanistic moose to begin with, we had a bunch of time to kill, and we did end up getting that fox. I'm assuming there's a multi-mount for fox and hare, so why not? We're going through here. This is an area that we hunt a lot. We might as well try to take this guy out, and quite frankly, we never shoot snowshoe hare, so a rare opportunity, 55%er, and I think they live to be something like caribou, 8 years old, so that 3-star mature probably still has no chance. According to this, oh, even 5 years old, yeah, so they probably gonna be a 4-star as soon as they hit mature. And this was even the lake where we killed our 5-star red fox. In fact, we had a 5-star caribou here and a 5-star mountain goat from this very herd at one point. So maybe this will be the place where a 5-star snowshoe shows up. And I don't expect to ever get one, but if that were to happen, that would be pretty cool. So maybe working on that kind of thing while we have seemingly forever until our albino bison gets to peak age, perhaps worth actually doing. Did we get a vital hit there? We did. So he is actually down there right on the road. That'll work. One thing is for certain, getting a little bit of variety in here as we get started. So 30%er for that guy, not too bad to take out. It's right about noon, so let's jump up here to what is often called Caribou Creek, just loaded with caribou drink zones. That said, kind of thinking maybe most are in the rarely used zones today. Typically you'll see a couple of herds all the way up here, and there is one way out there, and possibly that is one of the herds in a rarely used zone. But I don't see much of anything special in that. Maybe a kind of promising adult. But as for now, these ones up close here, I thought I saw maybe one or two older ones. That's an adult. And maybe it's that one down there that's hiding. I mean, that's a 1-star mature. Just kind of walking out from behind that pine, so probably our best move is going to be to get around through that guy. Fairly certain that'll get the job done. Already stumbling. So, despite the fact that there's not as much up here as we would have liked, at least we get to start to work towards our herds. What are they? Okay, for one, how did that not spook? But why not at the creek? That's odd. I'm gonna take our time and just slowly creep up over here. Well, they just don't seem to care that it's supposed to be their drink time. I think that guy back there is uneven. That's definitely another male. That's a 2-star mature. And even another bull back there. So that's kind of good, actually. One of the herds, almost certainly, that we were missing. And I'm going to say, yeah, both of those are uneven. That one maybe looks a little bit better. Probably this is going to be the one to take out. As far as genetic potential goes, he looks a little bit weaker. So once he kind of clears the way, that'll get him. And now we've got 2 down. And as long as we can remember, because I don't think we marked... How about we mark this one, since we know where the blood is, and go get the first one. That was a 1-star mature, so he was 37%. Everything kind of seems to be in that same range right now. And I'm pretty sure what we shot up here was a 1-star adult. But he just kind of looked like probably lower genetic potential than the mature. And not that we can really get an immediate comparison. We may come back later and end up shooting that same mature. This guy, 51%. I find that's about as low as it tends to get in some of these herds, so probably going to be just fine. And speaking of variety, there have been a number of pretty encouraging, and I know this isn't that interesting, but lesser scop and surf scotters. And I really want to go and check on those just before we start passing a bunch of time. Like that right there is the kind of thing I've been trying to pay attention to. There's been a few 4-stars, and they've all died of old age. But these, unlike the snowshoe hare from earlier, live forever. So there's a chance there. I don't know if we want to, like, maybe follow that flock. There's a 4-star mallard, too. But if we see where they land, like, maybe we can take out something from there, and it may benefit. Or, like, if we can spot as they fly back, perhaps we can pick one out that way? I mean, tough to really tell, because a 1-star adult's a 1-star adult, and there's no antlers, no horns, no uneven anything to really make that assessment, so we're going to sort of hope for the best here. Take one of those things out, and we'll see what happens. But I mean, 19 years old. That 4-star could very well be 5-star next cycle, or he could die of old age, and we have forever to go. So, taking that guy out, 64%er, kind of lucked out what we were going for there, but that should potentially help out our flock. Now, you may recognize this spot. We are back at the scene of the crime. This is where we shot our 5-star Mela, and we've got a 2-star mature in there, which kind of surprises me. I didn't remember having one that was, you know, even close to as old as the 5-star, but this is most certainly the herd, and I figure we might as well take that guy out. Our melanistic, which of course was a 5-star, therefore one that we want to kind of compare, was probably that big, maybe as a 2-star adult. Now that I did not see. Hold on, a 4-star down here? I mean, to be fair, we were obviously focused on one particular moose, but where the heck did that guy come from? That looks good. And he's not like that almost chalky white they get when they're really old. So we may have something there. I'm looking at these bison down here on the left, because I want to say we had a decent one somewhere here, maybe like a 2-star adult or something like that that had some promise. I really want this guy to kind of turn. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if he's 1 year away, but 2 at the most, I think, from potentially being a 5-star. we'll see where that actually goes. As for these guys, got a 1-star adult, 1-star mature that needs out of there. 3-star mature may be the one I was thinking of, because I'm pretty sure they'll go from 3-star adult to 3-star mature even if they're really high genetic potential. So, this guy was 61%. Kind of shows how lucky we got having the melanistic be, I think, 99 plus from that same herd, and of course, taking out the 99%er would have lowered the average. And of course, that 4-star moose ran right past the bison, so what I wanted to do was get that 1-star mature out of there. We'll swing back through here, and I guess we're pretty much as far down as I wanted to go, so maybe we'll jump somewhere else. So we've got an interesting development here. Our first albino bison is now a 1-star mature, which is really important because we can now start to pay much closer attention to how many age cycles we pass. That also means we're going to find something that we can fairly reliably see that with, because it's not going to be the bison. There's just no way to look at the horns and be sure that they've changed a little bit from one cycle to the next. Now that 4-star mature moose we had maybe can help us with a couple, but I believe that means he is now 16 years old, which kind of makes sense because we found him not too long after the moose. And indeed, that is the case. Now he's a 1-star, we're probably going to take him a little bit early, but we'll give him at least a few more cycles. Now that is interesting. I can't find that 4-star moose, which is kind of concerning me, but a 4-star red fox. Could we have another decent one on the map? In the meantime, definitely going to kill that 2-star, because it seems we've maybe got a good thing going here with our genetics. Did they just cross or not? Because it'd be really a shame if we shot the wrong one. They did. That could have been bad. 2 stars out front, keeping a much closer eye on that. If we get this zeroed correctly, it's got to be, I didn't even look at what the range said, but got to be in this area. That'll do. I am amazed it didn't drop him. And I'm still not sure, like, the fact that I didn't know that 4-star moose was around probably does mean he was in a rarely used zone. I guess what I can try to do is locate that zone and maybe see if it connects back to a group of zones I already have. But I'm not too sure where else to check. It's kind of like here, maybe back this creek some, and these ponds, and I can't find them anywhere in these spots. Now as for red fox, they're kind of like snowshoe hare. Their mature cycle is from ages 5 to 6. That 4-star either makes the next cycle or he doesn't, but when we're taking out 70%ers as our management ones, we're kind of getting somewhere. Slowly but surely, and we killed every male in that little group a bunch of times, again, while trying to age our Mela. Maybe it's actually paid off. So we'll definitely try to pass one more cycle in this video and find out. And in the meantime, there is that 1-star mature bison. I wanted to get that. We'll go ahead and try to bring him down. So, got a nice broadside angle at that one. I think the only bison we shot today was a shot in the head, so maybe a little bit better this time we can get the full credits for it. I think it was that one there, and he is starting to stumble, so not too bad from the 700 long range. We'll see if that's one that we've also shot before. So real quick, we can be quite certain this is going to be quite low genetic potential. At least we did get the lung shot, and it's only one shot ever to bring this guy down, 31% for him. Frankly, I kind of think our first albino is sort of in that range, so that's why we'll likely shoot him early. I'm not sure he ever gets the 2-star anyway, based on the fact that he's mature and still just a 1-star. That said, we're going to swing back through here again and kind of see what we can find, and then I guess we'll go and check in on those bison one more time and try to figure out where they are. That was a decent moose, but not him. Oh my goodness, we have another 5-star red fox. That is insane. So we must have passed an age cycle then. That's awesome. The fact that we're looking for snowshoe hare and ducks and stuff to try to make the multi-mount, now potentially we can try to do 2 of them. And I want to make sure that is the correct one. You know what? We never used the right gun. Let's go get the right gun. Now I might be missing it, but our options are either like a 22, which is hunting tier 2, or the crossbow from this very map. I guess we'll try it. Not sure if I've ever even shot a red fox with a crossbow. And then we gotta make sure we bring the proper collar. So there's the Predator call. That should call Red Fox, so I think that'll be the move. This should be interesting. So anywhere in here should work. We're only 80 yards away to begin with, so if we hit a high fitness call, let's see if that gets him coming this way. Probably a good thing that male just responded. Potentially a high fitness 1-star young. Thing is, the 5-star basically doesn't care. I mean, we can stock into range if we have to, but sure would like to get him closer. So we've got him at about 30. I'm not actually sure if you can shoot the head on these things, but we're probably gonna avoid it. Well. Oh, wait, did that hit him? Is that gonna kill him more so? I didn't really... I didn't expect that to work. That might not have been the move. Might be decent time to crack out the 300. That'll do. Use the right weapon, he says. Yeah. How about we just shoot it on the run with the 300? And I didn't even look to see if that crossbow bolt was laying on the ground. Might be able to see, I guess that was vital blood, or maybe it always shows vital blood. Nope. Did not touch him with the crossbow. So I guess we could have tried to call him back in, but kind of neat. Got him through the lung on a dead run at 252 yards. We're going to ignore the fact that we ruined that hunt rating. 98.5% though. Pretty solid from that perspective. Oh, and I forgot, they score really weird. So 5-12, kind of fitting, but doesn't necessarily help us to see what, you know, he could have been. So we'll still tax that, and I think that's going to be the last kill of this hunt. It's going to be hard to top a chaotic end to the hunt like that. So let's go and see where we can put this guy, and then maybe down the road, if like a Surf Scotter or something like that can make 5-star, maybe we set up a kind of multi-mount thing in anticipation of that. Or we go and steal our other 5-star fox from a mount with, I actually think, like a 1-star snowshoe hare. So that mount does exist. I talked about trying to get one. So if we take this guy out of here, what we can actually do is put that mount down here with the 2 5-star red fox. Because frankly, never thought we'd have one. Now we can actually put 2 in the same mount. And that just adds to a pretty decent lower level down here. Got our 5-star Melamoose kind of overlooking it. These two, it's it hugging, but looks more like fighting to me. I like it. So what a return to Aurora Shores. We have 2 albino bison on our map, a long time to go until we age that second one up, and now one of them is immature. Probably in the next video we'll pass a couple of age cycles and just take them out so that we don't accidentally lose them, because I do think it'll look pretty darn cool in the trophy lodge. There's a couple of quite nice mounts, multi-mounts for the bison, so that will be the plan when we return. But for now, that's going to do it for this video, so as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.